Hey, thanks for watching today. This week we're reading from Luke chapter 4. The first part of this chapter is about Jesus' temptations. And it begins, Jesus, full of the Holy Spirit, returned from the Jordan and was led around by the Spirit in the wilderness for 40 days, being tempted by the devil. Today I want to share with you 3 simple points we learn from Jesus' temptations. Number 1, experiencing temptation is not wrong. Sometimes when we're tempted, we may tend to feel there's something wrong with me or that I'm broken, but that's not true. The fact that Jesus experienced temptation and was entirely perfect and sinless in everything that he did shows us that. I mean, Jesus was perfect in his thoughts, in his motives, in his actions, in his very deeds. Everything he did was perfect, and yet he experienced temptation. Experiencing temptation doesn't mean that you're broken, but it does mean that you're human. And by the way, we all share in that humanity. We all experience temptations, so you're not alone in that. Point number 2 is that temptations will come when you're weakest. If we continue reading in verse 2, it says, "And he ate nothing during those days, and when they had ended, he became hungry. And the devil said to him, 'If you are the Son of God, tell this stone to become bread.'" Notice something about the timing of Satan's temptation. He came to Jesus inviting him to turn the stone to bread when he was hungry. After, not during, but after the period of 40 days of fasting. If I was that hungry, I'd be making bread, but Jesus didn't. He came when Jesus was weak. But he wasn't done. In verse 13, after these 3 temptations were done, it says, "When the devil had finished every temptation, he left him until an opportune time." The devil's going to be looking for those times from this point forward that Jesus is weak. He's also going to be doing that for you and me. So be on the lookout for those times when you're tired, you're stressed, maybe your guard is down, maybe you're among a group of friends where they don't share your values, or maybe it's a time when you feel pretty good about yourself and you feel strong. Satan can tempt you with pride in those moments. Look for the times when you may be weakest, because that's when temptation will come. And that sounds pretty scary, but that leads me to our last point. Jesus knows what it's like. The fact that Jesus, the perfect Son of God, experienced temptation shows us, number 1, that he can sympathize with us. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 15, "For we do not have a high priest who cannot sympathize with our weaknesses, but one who has been tempted in all things as we are, yet without sin." Are you ever discouraged by the unrelenting temptations you feel? You feel like Satan's never going to give up. He just keeps at me. Jesus knows what that feels like, and so he can sympathize with you, but he can also help you. Hebrews chapter 2, verse 18 says, "For since he himself was tempted in that which he has suffered, he is able to come to the aid of those who are tempted." Jesus can come to your aid. He knows what it's like. He is our perfect high priest that goes between us and the Father. He pleads our case before the Father, and he can show us the way out. So 3 simple points about temptation. They're not wrong in and of themselves. And number 2, they will come at your weakest moments. And then finally, Jesus can help you. So let him come alongside you and show you the way out. Hopefully this was helpful for you today. If you want to continue reading with us, you can download the reading plan at our website, westfieldchurchofchrist.com. On our homepage, there's a link where you can download the reading plan and the devotional guide. Thanks again for watching today, and may God bless.